Good afternoon and welcome back to a session on the Andrew Tucker Report channel. Now, thank you so much for joining. And ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be looking at a rather interesting topic today. MOTTLEY defies the US, chooses peace over war on Venezuela. Motley has just sent a powerful message to Washington. The Caribbean will not be dragged into another U.S. war. The Barbados Prime Minister stands firm for peace and diplomacy as tensions rise over Venezuela. Is this the moment the Caribbean finally stands on its own? Watch as Motley's bold stance shakes up regional politics and exposes the growing divide within CARICOM and the United States. Please watch and make sure that you like and you subscribe to the channel. Subscribe for more Caribbean news and bold analysis. Now, Motley, the Prime Minister of Barbados, is quite a charismatic speaker and someone who you really wonder whose side is she on sometimes when she speaks. But she is right. She speaks in a bold and courageous manner whenever her voice is heard, right? Whenever she voices her opinions, she is quite forthright in with what she says. Now, she spoke at the United Nations Assembly recently in New York, in which she suggested that war is not the answer. That is what she said at the United States General Assembly. The United Nations, rather. It's not the United States, but the United Nations, General Assembly. Prime Minister Miss Mia Motley, used the United Nations 80th General Assembly platform on Friday to warn the United States and Venezuela that their rising tension could put the Southern Caribbean at risk even as a result of an accident. I need to tell you, therefore, she says, what a war can do. It is not acceptable for our islands, our countries, to be viewed as collateral damage, she said during a 30-minute address. And she's right. That is what they're going to tell you, that it is just collateral damage. Motley said in the Caribbean Sea, we're now seeing a shocking violation of hemisphere understanding that the Caribbean be treated as a zone of peace. She says, she continues, there has been a build-up in military assets in the past few weeks in the Caribbean by both sides, by the United States of America and by Venezuela. We believe that any such build-up could occasion just an accident, and if it does, a simple accident can put the Southern Caribbean at disproportionate risk. At disproportionate risk, she cautioned. Okay? This is what Mia Martin. So if she can be saying that, if she is quite firm in her decision that there should not be war, that what we should have is the maintenance of a zone of peace. The Prime Minister started her address by stating that there was a series of crises for which the world had been unprepared. From the financial crisis started in 2008, a social crisis characterized by rising inequality and global pandemic, leading to restricted movement and choices. All of this, she's saying, has been exacerbated by the spreading of fake news. This distorts reality and threatens the stability of our society, creating a platform for hate to thrive and prejudice to rise. But deeper than all of these crises is a bigger, more insidious crisis that is undermining our domestic and global institutions that have proved or promoted order, peace, and prosperity. So Miss Miramar Martin is challenging Washington, D.C., is challenging the Donald Trump administration to pursue peace instead of war. That is what she is doing. And I think that even though she might be hypocritical in her pronouncements, but we should support her call for peace. I think that Kamala Person B. Cesar could take a leaf out of Miss Mia Amor Martley's book at this moment. And I don't always support Mia Amor Martley. But the fact of the matter is, at this point, we need, coming from the position that she occupies, that's Miss Mia Amor Martley, and the influence that she wields with that office, I think that it is timely that we need to sound the alarm And what better person than Miss Mia Amor Motley? So we want to encourage Miss Mia Amor Motley to continue to challenge the leaders to pursue peace instead of war. Because we know that eventually when wars are waged, that human lives will be sacrificed. Very important that we understand that. Okay, thank you so much for joining. I hope that you'd like, share, and subscribe. Like the video so the video can be shared with as many people on the platform. Please watch the videos. You're not watching the videos on this channel. Please resuscitate. You're watching the videos so that I can post more often and more biting and incisive commentaries. See you in another one. Ciao.